Hey, you ready?
Let's do this.
Ready?
Steady.
Remake.
Good evening and welcome to Ready, Steady, Remake, the podcast where each week we take a film, we watch it, we hate it, and then we remake it. I'm your host, Rich Kelly. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Miss Tilly Tapster Thompson.
What's that mean?
And it's Adam Fatschned Taylor.
All right.
He's back?
Listen, I'm burying the lead. We're back. We're all back. Schned's back. It's been a while. What's happening, guys?
Cheers, guys.
The beers are available.
How's it going?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
So, guys, before we start the show, legit, we are friends outside of the podcast world, but I haven't seen any of you in ages. How are you been getting on during this horrific time?
Who goes first? Do you want to go first, Schned?
I'll go first. I'm all right. I'm
Yeah.
sad. Doing a lot of gaming, playing a lot of games, getting on the games, watching stuff, going through old movies. Watched Silence of the Lambs the other day.
Nice.
Class. I know you've done some gardening. I did a bit of gardening, so I'm aching.
Yes.
Just washing my hands, innit? Staying in.
Yes,
Staying inside, keeping safe, protecting NHS, all that shit, innit?
Yeah, it's mad. Same. Watching movies. Did turfed the garden.
I know. I
Hold on.
thought, Tom, by turf, you've laid grass in your garden, like legit.
Yeah. So
Where-
we found someone online who basically just turned up in a truck, dumped it in the front, got off, watched a little YouTube video. This B&Q dude told us how to do it. Did it, mate? A full-on laid a lawn. And do you know when you're measuring it? It's because obviously it was a little bit longer in areas. Just cut it with a big fucking knife, like a cake. That's what he said.
Big
He
old
said,
cake.
just cut it like a cake.
Tasty grass, then.
You just had a blade out in the front.
Where'd you put the jam?
The jam
Yeah,
Grass bed.
just
Is it-
underneath it.
yeah, like in the layers.
So it
And
goes
another
jam,
layer of grass.
cream, turf.
Yeah, delicious.
Delicious. So yeah, I did that. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? It's just mad.
Mental, mate.
Staying in, watching stuff, speaking to people loads like this.
I've been drinking loads.
Yes. Same, mate.
Mate, like, listen, I like to drink every now and again. I think I've drank every day since I've
Yeah.
been alive.
We're trying to have the odd day off where we chill, but it's difficult. It's difficult.
What have you been watching, Rich?
Guys, the question is, what haven't I been watching? Guys, I've been watching so much. So back to the show. This week, I'm ready to make it a little bit different. We're not actually remaking the film or even talking about one specific film in general. This is our Ready, Steady, Remake return, lockdown, COVID-19 extravaganza. So it's like all sort of post-apocalyptic pandemic, end of the world dystopian type film. So I'm going to set us all off. Guys, what's your favourite fucking dystopian movie when the world ends?
I'm gonna go with 28 Days Later
It's a belter.
or Zombieland.
Yeah, and I watched this.
Just for the comedy element of it, the lightness of it, the brightness of it. Do you know what I mean?
Love
But
it,
28
Zombieland.
Days Later.
Watched the sequel to Zombieland the other day.
Yeah, it's crap.
Oh yeah,
That is a silly movie.
I wasn't keen on it.
is it good?
It's up and down. It's a classic sequel, and it just sort of does itself, but it's odd.
The time is, man, like if it came out a couple of years after Zombieland, same. But the zombie genre now has become so fucking just packed with shit.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But I think that's why 28 Days Later, I think that kind of, for me, was one of the last really good ones because it was the first kind of movie that reinvented the zombie. They were fast, weren't they, the first time, rather than this slow.
I think 28 Days Later came out. Do you know when it came out, Tom? It was like early 2020.
Yeah, we went to see it together.
Nah, we saw 28 Weeks Later together.
Oh, is that what it has?
Yeah. 28
I know
Days.
we were planning if we had to do an escape, we put Haz in the wheelie bin.
We put Az in the wheelie bin. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Always put Az in the wheelie bin, though. I mean, any story, anything.
But definitely can be like regarded as restarting the kind of zombie genre again. I mean, when that and Shaun of the Dead came out together in quite close section, and then you had the remake of Dawn of the Dead because they were like, let's make zombies fast because of 28 Days Later. So, yeah, man. Danny Boyle's good movie.
What about you, Rich?
Mate. Oh, mate, if it comes to post-apocalyptic shit, there's only one for me, mate. That's Mad Max.
Mad Max, I was going to say, Road Warrior.
Yeah. I'll drive that tanker. I fucking love the Road Warrior, mate. Me and my girlfriend have been locked in the house, so I tried to get her on the Mad Max films, see what she was thinking about them.
Did she like them?
She did. She did not understand what was going on at all. She was very confused by the whole thing.
What's the reasoning for like the dystopianness of Mad Max? Is it just because of fuel and droughts and stuff like that?
Well, it claims that it's due to a fuel crisis.
Yeah.
But in the third one, Beyond Thunder, the bit when Max tries to sell Max some water, and he cheats it with a little Geiger counter thing, and he's like, "Oh, what's a bit of fallout between friends?" So there's been some kind of nuclear fallout as well. I think it's just kind of a massive everything. Whole world just went to shit real.
Everything, yeah. They don't.
What
they don't
did you
ever
think of
say
the
what
remake?
was, like the start of it, do they? Like what set it all off or anything?
Nah, because kind of Mad Max 1 originally that's kind of meant to be in a post-apocalyptic world, but that's already kind of run down. But then in Mad Max 2, the old world's just a desert bowl. But apparently people still remember the old world because in Mad Max 3, you find out that Tina Turner used to be like a bank or something. She was just a regular person, and now she's the queen of the barter. Weird.
Rich,
Yeah.
what did you think of the remake?
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah,
A lot
guitar
of people,
dude, isn't it? He's amazing. Fiery guitar dude.
yeah, mate. I still think I prefer Road Warrior. But that's probably just for like nostalgia reasons, man. But I think Fury Road is like top dog, top level action cinema. One of the best films made in the last 10 years, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. The guy,
You know,
the face and everything.
Yeah, if you look at top 10 films of the decade, Fury Road is 100% up there, 100%.
do you know one film as I was like looking through some like list of post-apocalyptic movies?
Go on.
Do you remember that one? 2018, everyone went mad for it. Bird Box.
The Netflix with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Good movie.
Is
With
that-
the
I wasn't crazy about it.
You didn't like it? I remember speaking. I was on tour.
I don't like it. I thought the concept was fine. It was just I just felt really like a retread of everything I'd seen before. I wasn't that crazy.
I thought it was Boss. It was so good.
And everyone was doing the challenge, weren't they?
You are?
Bird Box challenge, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Well, let me get. So I'll get.
What? Schneider?
What?
What's Schneider?
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
It's hard, put me on the spot and I couldn't think of anything. It depends how you define it. We watched like Terminators the other day, and I guess that they sort of clash, but sort of don't at the same time. I mean, what do you think? Does that count?
If you're talking about like the kind of those little scenes where you see the future all purple and blue. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also like the whole reason for the films are, the same kind of reasoning or whatever. Like
prevent an apocalypse.
Yeah, well, world's gone to shit or whatever. It's just that the action and everything, takes place in the present day. But the film itself, the concept, the themes, and all that are still post-apocalyptic. I would think that dystopian films anyway. So I'd probably go with Terminator 1. It's just fucking brilliant, isn't it?
That's a gamble. That I don't know if I'm going to allow that to go in.
Wow.
But it's a great fucking film. I'm not going to argue that.
It's a great fucking movie. I'm just trying to have a little look here for basically top 10 movies. They've got I Am Legend is up there.
When the dog dies, I can't handle it.
Yeah, it's horrible. And the first half's decent, but the second half I don't think it's too good, is it?
CGI villains can't take it.
A little bit weird with the traps and all that.
Yeah, mate.
We've also got, which I started watching last night because we were going to maybe focus on one movie, Waterworld.
Pepper. Have you ever seen Pepper?
Pepper.
I love what. I love Waterworld.
Waterworld.
I always say we should do a whole episode on
Mate,
Waterworld. Love it.
His boat is whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like
What
a
is it, Schned? You're a man of the sea.
Catamaran, isn't it?
Catamaran.
Yeah, or even a trimaran.
It's got like pulleys and levers that make shit pop out.
The detail to that, to like every aspect of that catamaran is unreal.
Loves his plant as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, his plants.
So-
What are them little beads things? Can you remember them? It was like little pellets that were like falling down, and it was almost like a weighted thing. It was on his ship when he was like pouring them in.
Sorry. At the start of the film, there is a bit where he has a machine that he pisses in.
Yeah,
and
drinks
turns
it.
to water. But also, there's a bit later on when he goes under the sea and he's swimming under the sea, and there's a counter to measure how much he's been in there. There is one flash shot of a pebble dropping into a tray, and that is your takeaway of Waterworld. The pebbles in a tray.
That's
Like,
what
I just didn't understand what it was, and it seems very, very important.
That's why I got slated as well.
It's
that
very
pebble.
good. No, it didn't, mate.
It's like,
I was
Right.
like, what are them beads?
mate, they're stones. It's just stones dropping into a tray, and when enough's in, the weight clicks it off and it sets off the wheel, so it comes back in on you.
Yeah. What about that little girl that used to always say looked like me?
The one who's got the tattoo on the back of Dryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, yeah. She don't anymore, mate. You got old, man. Sorry.
Mate, I look like shit. I look like I've been in lockdown for 2 months, a month, whatever it's been. Don't even know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, man. What about like pandemic movies, guys? When do you ever see the film
Is that-
Outbreak?
We watched it the other day.
No,
Yeah.
I've not seen
Yeah,
that.
like literally as COVID was hitting, and I was thinking of relevant movies, we watched Outbreak, and it's a lot more Hollywood than I remembered it being. It's a good film or whatever, but it's like really like verging on cheesy at bits. But the cast is fucking huge. Like everyone's in that movie.
Who's in it?
It's what's his face, Rain Man. That's
Justin
the one.
Hoffman.
Justin Hoffman's in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. Rene Russo is in it.
shit.
Other people like when they're young and you're like, oh, that guy. And then,
There was an episode of Friends that was based around them making a sequel to Outbreak.
oh, yeah.
And Marcel the monkey comes back because he's going to be cast in the film, and Ross goes to watch them filming it. And
Oh,
Marcel
yeah.
recognises him. Yeah, that's
Oh, nice. I remember that episode. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as the Jean-Claude Van Damme one, or is that a different one?
Yeah, it's
What
that
about,
one.
Is that
what
one?
about the Contagion one?
You are, man. That's what-
Contagion.
Yeah, that's from a couple of years back. It's got, again, massive cast. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet as well. Yeah, that's a good one, man. It's a good one. I wouldn't recommend watching it now.
No,
Like-
it stressed you the fuck out.
It's not the right time to watch it now. I think
No,
that's
no.
a spoiler alert. Kate Winslet dies because some fucker just cleans her hotel room. She's in her hotel, she's like saving the world. She goes out to do some work, goes and cleans her hotel, sneezes on her bed. She goes home, dead, mate.
Mad. Hey, did you see the video of that postman?
What?
In real life, the postman, in real life.
Not the postman. Kevin Costner. No. Right.
there was someone's got CCTV cameras, outside their house,
Yeah.
and this postman, pops over, puts the letter in, like sneezes in his hand or on a tissue or something, and wipes it all over the door and on the handles and everything. Like what the fuck is wrong with people?
That's what they ordered. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's 50 years in prison now.
COVID pattern, his black and white cat.
People
Oh,
are mad, aren't they?
COVID, Pat.
Mate, that's terrible, that.
Pat.
You know, it's tragic, mate. I saw some little fella and he was in New York for summer, and he was just going on the subway, licking all the shit, licking all the bars, licking all the settees or seats.
People are mad, aren't they? You've literally got the extremes of people. Like we just popped out then because I took some food to my uncle.
Yeah.
And as we're driving there, there's just loads of kids, like loads of lads on the bikes, just all hanging around with each other. Like they're not all brothers.
Mate, I went for my daily exercise yesterday. I went for a walk. I saw a group of youths sat together. I hit the roof, mate. I hit the roof. Not over at them, they were intimidating privately to the person I was with.
Back home, you hit your own roof in private.
Yeah. I was like, who's letting them fuckers out?
Yeah.
They ain't self-isolating.
It's strange because teenagers are normally really responsible, aren't they?
Yeah, they don't care.
It's crazy. It's, you know, as soon as a virus comes along, they're just anywhere.
But you know what?
I was going to say, sorry. What is your favorite virus conspiracy? Like,
I only know 5G. I don't know many others.
I mean, 5G is the biggest one, isn't it? I mean, the other ones are like, you know, Chinese made it, gave it intentionally.
What about all the shit about the wet markets, about these food markets where they're selling?
That's the official line.
From. Like,
and you can have like a bit of cat pie and all that stuff together.
Yeah, we saw them. There's loads of them, and that's the official line out of China. Was that it was one of the.
That's what I gathered was officially where it's come from.
Gone from bat to man. It's Batman virus in it.
Yeah, for those who are listening who don't know, Schned has spent time recently touring around Asia doing some work. Now, Ads, did you eat any bats?
No bat. Basically, I was that guy in 12 Monkeys, and this is why we've got virus now.
Is that what it is? You believe when you?
I had that ponytail wig on. And
you did get ill though, didn't you? What did you get?
Yeah, I got dengue. Oh,
dengue. You were like hardcore ill with that, weren't you?
That Mozzie one. Yeah, it was hard. I was thin. That was good.
Yeah.
Did you get the bastard?
A while ago now. You what?
Did you get the bastard that did it?
Yeah, pinned him, trapped him in a box forever.
Yeah, still there, bastard.
Still gone. But
Did you see the wet markets then?
I mean, there's loads of night markets and stuff. Wet market. We didn't go to China. We left before we were going to go to China, but all around Malaysia, Thailand, everywhere, there's all these night markets, and it's just, I mean, there's health and safety just doesn't exist and stuff. So you can well see all this mingling of stuff. And most bad viruses are from animals to human. So I'm sure it has happened this way.
What do you think? What other conspiracy theories have you heard?
5G one's brilliant. It's just mental, but people fucking.
Have you seen the £20 note as well?
No.
So apparently, if you look at a £20 note, there's like the towers on it, which apparently is what the 5G is coming from. And then above this tower on the £20 note, there's the COVID-19 symbol. You know, the symbol, and it's actually on the £20 note. On the
£20 note. So if you've got £20 note, you've got virus.
You've got it. Yeah.
Got it. Shit.
But that's the only theory I know of.
What is that show on Netflix where they like talk about it and everyone kicks off about that? You posted the link as well, didn't you? It's like a show from China from like a few years ago, and they're talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah. I sent you the link, didn't I?
Yeah. There's loads. It's this old show, and it's just because they mentioned coronavirus and it being mutant and wiping out everybody, and it's from like a few years ago. So I can't
remember the show.
And there's also people saying that Corona or COVID 1 through 18 obviously weren't that bad, so we should get through 19 all right.
Yeah, but it's only called 19 because that's when it started, wasn't it?
Because of last year, innit?
So guys, with regards to that, we're still on lockdown, and it's been hard. What are you watching to get through? What have you been watching?
Well, I think everyone in the world's watched Tiger King, haven't they?
If I see one more person make a joke about Carol Baskin on social media, I'm going to lose my shit. It was 3
Mate,
weeks.
have you seen I've learned Here Kitty Kitty.
Mate, that's the belt sound, that tune, but it wasn't him, was it?
It wasn't
No.
him.
None of the songs.
None of them were him.
Classic.
Even when
I'm watching Ozark.
You are?
Good.
Ozark. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's
No,
fucking. It's not all right, Rich. Have you watched any of it?
I have, yeah. I think it's just Breaking Bad light.
it's similar, isn't it? I watched the
The
first.
writing is amazing. The acting is tip top.
Oh,
You're just diluted.
Hard to please.
Very
I am-
hard to please. Yeah,
I
yeah.
am-
Hard to please.
I like it. It's fine. There's nothing in it that makes me go, this is better than anything else about genre or thing. I'm just like,
You were a perfect example now of for like movies. If you put movies and sex together, you can't do missionary. You need because you've done all the movies and everything. You need it
Hardcore gay porn.
hardcore extreme. So the good stuff it's not enough for you.
Nothing.
Mate, listen, it was fun. It's fine to watch. I just don't rate it as highly as I don't see it as like it's this brilliant thing. It's a fine bit of telly. I'm not slating it, but
What are you watching then?
I've got to put it on Front Street, mate. I am watching some shit right now. I've kind of been getting really hardcore back into my survival again. So I've been watching
What?
the Survive, mate. Do you remember when we used to bum Bear Grylls back in the day?
Yeah.
Been watching loads of Bear Grylls again. Been watching Naked and Afraid, loads. I've done every episode of Naked and Afraid, every episode of Naked and Afraid, every special they've got.
I don't think I've ever heard Naked and Afraid.
Mate.
Is it Bear Grylls?
No, get on this.
You just
You go to a jungle. You take 2 people. You strip them naked. You drop them in the jungle. 21 days later, you get them out of the jungle. You watch what happens. That's it. It's tremendous.
See, that just sums it up. And this is what you watch now.
the naked bit is so unnecessary in that show.
Why
Yet
naked?
makes it brilliant.
That's brilliant. These fuckers, mate, literally, like, people are dying on this show. They get insect bites. They're eating shit. It's fucking brilliant. It's all on YouTube. Love it.
Ozark. Nah.
Ozark, seen it before.
Well, yeah, Ozark would be shit in comparison.
Brilliant.
What are you watching, Schneddums?
I'm taking the dear wife through the like Hannibal canon.
You're going dark.
Yeah. I mean, she generally struggles with that kind of thing, but we watched Silence of the Lambs the other day, and it's so good. He got her through it, so we're gonna.
It's your right with the bit when he pulls the face off.
Just what the
Man.
cops in the ambulance, that bit. Yeah, I can't see that. I love that film and it's amazing, but that scene, I can't not see Anthony Hopkins now. Like even the mask, it just looks like Anthony Hopkins to me because they got similar looking actors, don't they, to play it? But like once you know, you're like, how is anyone falling for this shit? Look, he's right there. Other than that, just what a film.
He's done a sequel. Sequels.
Yeah, we're gonna crack on through them. I don't
Guys,
know all the way.
have you watched a film called Brothers Grimsby
Oh, with
with Borat?
Mark Strong and Sacha Baron Cohen.
Have you seen?
I've never watched it. It looked awful.
It is brilliant.
Did you like it?
It's so good. It's so funny. Have you not seen it? It's shockingly. Obviously it's a bad movie, but
So bad.
it's a bad. Have you seen it?
No.
I've seen
The
it.
elephant scene.
It is the most outrageous.
Have you seen the elephant scene with
You watch it
the
online?
penis?
Yeah, mate.
Is it full on shock value?
Yeah,
It's just mate crap.
yeah, it's so bad. But do you know what? I had a laugh.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? You
I'm
can
just
watch.
taking my jumper off. I have got a top on.
Go on. You can watch it nonsensical. It's not great. Now, Shred, you and me watched a good movie. So we watched The Hunt that was released.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this, bro. I thought it was class. Did you?
I watched it in the bath.
Yeah, whole thing.
Nice.
No, not the whole thing. Most of it. It's great. I loved, like, without wanting to give too much away, the way it sort of follows one of them, and then suddenly you're just following another one.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, guys? I don't know.
It's like it's classic rich film fodder. Super violent, super weird. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. However, as like just a singular kind of like snappy little actiony, horror-y kind of film, it's fucking good. And it does a few things that a lot of films have done before, but the way it ties it all together is a little bit unique, and a few cool touches, and some recognisable but not very well-known actors and stuff like that in it and things. So.
I think that it's a simple film, mate. It's the old classic story of humans hunting humans.
It's Purge and Hunger Games-y a bit.
Yeah, but the twist is it's a bunch of left-wing liberals hunting a bunch of right-wing hardcore.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But the best thing about it is the lead actress. She's from. Did you watch Glow on Netflix?
Yes. Yeah.
She's from Glow. She is brilliant in this film,
The
mate.
main girl.
No, the second main girl.
Not
Oh,
one of
yeah.
That bit when she's like, I'm kind of. It's great.
She's amazing. At one point, she just stops and takes her pants down as piss, just when she's chatting. Like, I love it, mate. Brilliant. Tom,
I think that was ad-libbed.
You are?
Think that was ad-libbed?
Nah, it was in the script, but it's good, I think. I don't know.
Really needed to go.
Mate, it works. It's good. Tomo, watch it. The Hunt.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
good.
watch it.
It's got one of the
What's
lads Sunny in Philadelphia in it as well. She's mad.
Yeah.
What's that series? Has anyone seen that? I've not. Is it The Hunters?
Love it, mate.
Is it good? Is it Al Pacino?
Oh, sorry. I was talking about the Channel 4 show. The actual The Hunters, the Amazon Prime show about.
Yeah. I've not seen it, but it keeps popping up on my Prime.
All right, now listen. I ain't Jewish, so I can't say anything, right? But there's been quite a bit of backlash from it, arguing that seeing as the Holocaust was such a tragic, atrocious thing, is there really any need to make up more atrocities that happened that didn't actually happen? So in the opening episode, there's a scene where Nazi officers use humans in a real-life game of chess, where they make a giant chessboard and use Auschwitz inmates as the...
Like Harry Potter?
Yeah, and as they lose, they obviously kill them. Now,
That is Harry Potter, isn't it?
It's Harry Potter, yeah.
First one.
but I can understand why you might go a little bit like, is there
So
any need
who's complained? Jewish people.
Yeah. But again, I'm Jewish, so I can't really say anything. You know, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I understand why people might be slighted by it. I get it. That's all I'll say.
I'm out. I'm not.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah. Al Pacino does a really funny accent, so there's that.
What
A
kind?
Jewish one.
Yeah, mate. Full blown, like
What
New
are they?
York Al Pacino, and it's great.
She's got the great Elsa. Yeah.
Spot on, mate. Spot on.
I thought hours in Zoom. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
What are you watching? Have we asked you what you're watching?
We've all asked each other what we're all watching. Watching loads. Just watching the in
I'm
between.
just watching everything. Watching everything. Anyone? What?
Women.
Not watching Loose Women, mate.
They're showing repeats, and I'm watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not watching Loose Women. What else is happening? I don't know.
Go everyone. See ya. See you. All right.
What are you eating?
We're all going a little bit mad. Corned beef, loads of it.
Corned beef,
On the
like you're on
bully
the
beef.
wall.
Yeah, like bully beef like World War II, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Like it's fucking yesterday's fucking dinner.
Remember
I've
when
been
you
eating well,
nearly
you know.
cut your hand off with a can of bully beef once?
You got cross with me because I still glued it back on.
You were so pissed,
Yeah,
so drunk.
yeah.
That is the bloodiest corned beef that's ever been eaten.
Well,
Oh,
It's like it was rare.
oh,
cut my finger real bad and I super glued it back together. She's now shouting at me.
Because you opened the can and it didn't have one of those little key bits, you know, how you twist it round. You
Yeah.
want that and you just, digging in.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. One of my final moments now.
What is eating tonight? I haven't had yet, you know.
Oh, chili, mate.
Loads of pizza.
What?
I made a chili yesterday, so it's leftovers in it.
Oh, nice, nice. I think we were going to have a little bit of an anti-pasty night, you know, a little picky tea. You know, like bits. Bits.
Favourite.
I love
Things.
bits. We can have some meat with some camembert.
Meats with some camembert.
I like it.
Love
All
camembert.
right, all right, moving on from this.
Yes.
Now, we're here to talk movies. We're here to talk science.
Oh, yes.
We've got an old friend of the show, Professor Ben Cosgrove, is on the line. And we're
Let
going
me
to talk
just message him.
about COVID-19 and some of the problems that we're facing. Now, while we do that, I'm going to fill up my water. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, Phil's face.
Oh, yeah.
Water.
Water. It's not water, is it?
That's
It's going to be
definitely not
Nuki
water.
Brown in a water bottle.
Definitely not water, mate.
Water.
Ow!
You got anything
So,
more?
mate, do you want to do some gaming soon?
Yeah,
Like, as
definitely.
in,
Yeah. We'll get it set up. Got
we need to ask Rich if he's doing bingo tomorrow night as well.
Got quiz tonight. Got that in an hour.
Oh, yeah, I meant to respond to what you were saying about that dude.
Amazing. Have you seen any of the proper ones?
None. Send
So,
me
like-
a link.
So, like, the Taskmaster guys are doing Taskmaster for everyone on YouTube, and like thousands of people sending in the class, and they put like a 20-minute episode or whatever, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And one of the recent ones, which was turn your bed into something which is not a bed, was won by my friend Simon, who I'm playing a quiz with tonight. He lives in Hamburg, and him and his girlfriend turned their bed into the painting of Ed Munch's Scream, like with socks and everything, and made it perfect. And they got first place out of everyone.
Will they win?
I don't know, just like bragging rights and whatever. I think.
Just the fact that these won, guys. I'm just gonna go and get my new accessory that I've just bought. By the way, well, it got delivered. Obviously, give me a second.
Or he might win like a test and a vaccine. Who knows? Maybe that's what the test is about. But
Or some spaghetti?
maybe just some bog roll.
Yeah. I've been alright finding toilet roll. That ain't been a problem. But pasta.
Yeah, but you use socks though, don't you?
But pasta's just gone, man.
Because you use that before the toilet roll.
Yeah, man.
Spaghetti's a bitch before you cook it.
Oh shit!
Hey!
You got a cowboy answer.
Have you got a tiger?
Mate, I've got a fucking cowboy out.
Have you
What
just
do you
bought
think?
Is this
Sport it.
because the Tiger King?
Tiger King, no, he doesn't wear a cowboy hat.
He does.
He doesn't. He wears a cap.
I've seen him.
This
He
is
definitely
just-
wears the Stetson quite a lot. Like I've seen him in it a couple of times. He's got them in the
Oh,
video.
does he?
And yeah.
Yes,
Was
guys,
that-
how was that?
Yes, it's Ben.
How was that, guys? All right.
That was all right. We just talked absolute nonsense.
Podcast
Standards.
gold, that.
What do you think of me hat, Ben?
Fucking hell, look at this. How do I spot like that? Look at that.
What do you think of that, bad
Unreal,
boy?
mate. Unreal.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is my new look now, guys.
Yeah.
You got some crocodile boots to go with it?
Yes.
Nice. No? All right.
I'm gonna
Just,
wear it
just
now.
the Duff beer.
That's it. You need to get that tash back on.
Yeah. By the end of the show, I'll be in full gear.
Oh my god.
So, Ben,
Yeah, man. What do you want to know?
welcome.
What do you want to know?
The remake.
I loved the first bit, guys. Heard every word.
Oh, did you?
So if there's any repeats of what we've said, I apologise now.
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. So how have you been during lockdown, dude?
All right, yeah, you know that that me and the guys run a bar, so obviously that's shut.
Yeah.
But we've been doing lots of online stuff, so it's been keeping us pretty busy. So if you're bored on
Yeah.
Monday nights, join the Arts Bar quiz. We had you on last night, Rach, doing a little
Yeah, I
sing
did a
song
little
for
gig
us.
for you. It was the weirdest gig I've ever done in my life. It was so weird.
It's you
Ned, you
drinking.
should do one.
You drinking bottles of wine, Rach, out of one glass.
I was so drunk.
Really?
I was so drunk.
It's probably quite stiff competition for the weirdest gig you've ever done as well. So that's quite.
Yeah, it
quite
was
thing.
really, really weird gig.
It's
it
not
was
the most
obviously
drunk I've ever seen you do a gig, though.
Was Beth?
No. I think my 30th was the most
Yeah,
drunk
that
I've ever
was
done a gig.
Yeah,
mental, mate.
That was good.
Yeah. Even my own nephew, I asked him, I was like, how was it? Did you enjoy it? And he was like, you weren't the best. I was like, okay.
Years
So
on
that
it, so.
was pretty awesome, you know. So apart from all that, Ben, how you finding lockdown?
All right, mate. It's like summer holidays, isn't it, at school?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Just eating Peppa Pigs and, I'm enjoying Rich showing me his double dips.
Yeah, Rich is eating a lot of double dips.
Too many.
I actually, I phoned Rich before we just to kind of explain how to work Zoom, and he was full on bollock.
You did text
And
me
he was-
saying Rich
he
is
was
just going to
a-
put some clothes on.
He was really trying not to show me his cock and
Oh
bollocks,
yeah,
but
sure.
you know what he's like.
Oh, naked and
He
five.
was like, ooh, ooh.
Was that my bollocks?
So Benny, you are here to chat science for
Yeah,
us,
man.
of course.
Yeah, man. We're going to do a bit of COVID dissection, I think, aren't we?
Yes. So I've got 2 questions
Yeah,
for you.
Go on, hit me up.
Wait there. Let me see. I have got them down.
I mean, I'll just start talking, Rach, if you want.
Basically, first of all, what is the coronavirus?
So what do you
Straight to the
guys
point.
think of, what do you think when I say the word coronavirus? What is it to you guys?
Coughing.
It's a name for a group of viruses, is it not?
It is. So it's like if a genetic super spider was on like the Empire State Building or whatever, and it would have a specific name like a mutated Black Widow HST, but you'd just call it that massive spider on the building, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we call coronavirus. It's called severe acute respiratory syndrome related coronavirus 2.
It's a catchy title, that.
Yeah.
I can see why they went
That's
with
the name of
COVID-19.
my next album, I think.
Yeah, severe acute respiratory syndrome related coronavirus 2.
So that is similar to SARS then, is it not?
So SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. This is related to that, but it's a coronavirus, and it's the second one we've ever found.
And it's MERS, the first one, is that right?
It's just eating it.
Stabbing it.
But we call it COVID-19. Obviously, we discovered it in November last year, so that's where it gets the 19 from.
When you say we, do you mean the Arts Bar?
The Arts Bar found it first, guys. Hey, we were buzzing because apparently when it first came out, copper kills the virus the quickest out of all materials.
Does it?
And we have an all copper bar, so we were like, all right, we're laughing.
Perfect.
Didn't last long, did it? Didn't once that came in. So what do you think of a virus? Do you know what happens when a virus knocks about?
No, mate.
Spreads.
Yeah. So do you know what it is?
It's non-living. It's non-bacterial,
Okay.
isn't it? But it is. I did watch a thing. There's a good thing with David Tennant where he narrates it all.
So it's kind of just a shell that has RNA in it. So you have DNA and RNA. So RNA are just a kind of set of proteins, ribonucleic acid. And it's not really alive, but the only reason it can reproduce is it uses other living things. So whether that's cells or whatever you want to call it. It infiltrates things and reproduces like mad, kills the thing it's in, and then releases all the things that have been reproduced. So there's more viruses than when it went in the first time. Pretty grim stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what happens is, if someone coughs or you touch something and touched your eye or your nose or whatever, goes into your body. The lungs are the thing that everybody kind of focuses on, but it also attacks the intestines and the spleen. If we look at the lungs, they're all lined with epithelial cells like your skin. And what the virus does is it binds to these cells, the ACE2 receptor, and drills into the cell, drops its RNA off, and as I say, causes these reproductions, kills the cell, and kind of exponentially grows in your lungs, on your skin, wherever you're talking. But then your body does something pretty amazing. It sends the immune system in. But what the coronavirus does is interferes with the immune system, and kind of causes it to go a bit mental. Normally what happens is your immune system targets the unhealthy cells and kills them off so that they don't reproduce before they've killed the cell and let out all these viruses. Coronavirus doesn't quite nail it in terms of letting it do that. It disrupts it all so that your body just kind of kills everything. Now, things like flu do this, so they disrupt your immune system just so that it kills everything. But the flu doesn't reproduce as quickly as coronavirus, so that's the issue that you've got. It's trying to kill everything, but can't kill it enough quickly so that the virus doesn't spread.
So just speak to me, Ben.
Go on.
What gets me about this virus is the fact that some people can show no symptoms, and obviously it can affect people so that they die. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, what? Like,
yeah, so it's what I'm talking about, really. Like,
immune system.
Yeah,
literally.
so see the main culprits of what developed the corona symptoms. You've got T cells and neutrophil cells, and what they do is they're the type of things that, as I say, are killing these healthy cells. Now, in a young person or a healthy adult, you can bounce back from this quite quickly. So you send all your T cells in, they kill everything off, but you've got enough healthy cells to reproduce. Now, the older you get or the younger you are, they haven't quite nailed that obliteration recovery. So that's what happens. Or if you've got an underlying health condition that you don't necessarily know about, that's what it takes. So the easiest way is to just wipe all these cells that the coronavirus is in off, and then just bounce back from that. The problem is, if you go through all these ethereal cells, then you're leaving your actual air sac cells, your bronchi and all that sort of stuff. They're exposed then, and because your immune system's been fighting all this coronavirus stuff, it lets in things like pneumonia and stuff like that. That's the point in which that your body goes into a bit of shock, because it doesn't have enough immune system left to fight pneumonia because it spent all its time fighting coronavirus.
Crazy.
Pretty grim. Pretty grim.
Moving on. Is it man-made?
What do you think?
Some fucking Chinese fella sucked a bat, and now we all know what happened.
Fucked a bat.
No,
Fuck the bat.
he sucked on it, didn't he?
Oh, sucked on
Bang
it.
the bat.
Sucked on it.
Yeah. Or a broth.
The bat soup thing, that wasn't from China. That was from a different country. That's one another conspiracy.
Is it?
Yeah.
So so talk to me then.
Well, what do you think? So, like, there's loads of conspiracy theories out there. The American army was in Wuhan about 3 months before this outbreak happened. 5G started in Wuhan, was one of the first places it kind of was developed and pushed out. There's all this mad stuff. Russia and North Korea don't have any signs of coronavirus. What's all that about? Any truth in any of them, do you think?
But did you hear about North Korea? The first case of it, he just shot him. Literally, there's one case, shot him, done. Lockdown.
Gave him a kiss first, though.
Yeah.
Big sloppy one.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. That's the thing about conspiracy.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They're believable, aren't they? And all this, everyone loves to talk about population control, but isn't it the fact, though, that most bad diseases, viruses come from animals to humans, and that's
Yeah, so the biggest thing that people are missing is there's a stage between a bat to a human.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, we talked about this on our podcast. Would you rather fight 100 bat-sized Batmans or one Batman-sized bat?
Ooh.
Like Mamba.
I think little
Man-Bat,
little
exactly.
Batmans.
Nah,
All with the
that's-
utility belts and firing batarangs at you and that.
Definitely
Oh,
better than cuts
Small
that.
Batmans
Yeah, 100 bat-sized Batmans.
as a single regular Batman, but they're just small.
I just
But
Yeah.
it's a bat.
the big giant fat bat would fucking stress me out.
Yeah, it'd stress you out, but would it kill you? Batman, it could kill you.
Yeah, because he would probably flap me with his big fat wing, and that was it. Whereas at least with the little ones, I'd fucking get mad in there. But a big horrible bat, oh,
Does he have access, the big Batman, the giant bat, does it have access to a utility belt, a Batmobile, a cage?
No. The big bat doesn't, but the mini Batmen do.
Oh, no, I thought the big bat.
Yeah. big
Yeah,
one.
yeah. You'd have to,
Put
wouldn't
it
you?
down.
nah.
Mate, one little Batman is enough to take down, like, fucking Apocalypse on fucking... Do you know what I
But
mean?
you know what? I'd rather, because I'm gonna get killed by both options, so I'd rather go down by loads of little Batmen.
What if you could become all the little Batmen's Robin, Rach?
Oh, singing my song.
I mean, a
Yes.
big bat, he's got big ears, sensitive. Just shout a lot, that bat's going to be going...
Just the thought of a giant bat makes me feel sick.
Yeah, it's grim, innit?
Does it make you want to cough in a really dry manner over and over?
Yeah.
Are you suffering from a fever there, Rach, as well?
Yeah, I've got the chills.
No, so there's a jump between. Obviously, a bat is not. It's not in contact with humans on a day-to-day basis. So what they think is it went from a bat to a pangolin. Have you ever heard of a pangolin?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
like
so,
a sloth.
yeah, like it's like an armadillo-y kind of.
Snout, innit?
Yeah, it's got us like a
Little
aardvark.
kind of like plated little like fucking aardvark little fucker.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the Pokemon.
There's so many. Honestly, when I was doing the research for this, there's so many animals that I was just like, I'd never even heard of that. Why is that a thing? Anyway, yeah. So they think it went into a pangolin, which is which is like the number one carnivore for that sort of size, and that's the thing that the way it was transferred. So from bat to a pangolin, which is kind of a more of a similar mammal, kind of the way that you get swine flu from pigs. It's closer to us genetically than a bat, but it's closer to a bat than we are. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's kind of, there's a middle ground there. That's one scenario. And the other scenario is that what happens is the virus in that form from a bat jumps to a human, but it isn't able to infect us. So it goes through many mutations. Rich gone. He's gone. He's dead. He's got it. He's back.
What's happening?
So it jumps to a human. It jumps to a human in that state that it is unable to infect us, but due to mutations within us, it can start causing us a bit of harm. But scientists think that if you were to engineer a virus, you'd go down the route of something that you're pretty sure already hurts humans or already infects humans. These coronaviruses, this one in particular, if you were to build it from scratch, the computer models would suggest that it wouldn't work. You
Why does
wouldn't
it work then?
because of nature. So actually, natural selection is a bit more. It's got a bit more panache than science gives it. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty grim news, isn't it? But I just thought I'd clear some kind of conspiracy theories surrounding COVID.
Oh yeah, Crystal. Nobody's
Amazing.
going to be thinking anything bad now. No conspiracies. You've cleared it all up.
My last question for you guys is: what do you think the ramifications of coronavirus are going to be? Obviously, we're going to bounce back from the virus. Death tolls are starting to go down globally. They're starting to curve off. But what do you think in terms of infrastructure for a country? How do you think that's going to propel us into the future?
No changes.
No changes.
Not really. Not without. I mean, like it's going to upset an awful lot of things, and a lot of people are going to lose their work and stuff like that. But I still think that the status quo will probably carry on regardless.
You think it's going to be for employers and businesses and stuff? It'll turn out cheaper for them to not come into work as long as the productivity stays the same.
But
None of that'll change.
It's a global problem, but each country has such different economics. It doesn't work sort of quite on a global scale like that. So.
But then a digital economics would work. You're looking at it.
They've
on
said
a
that we're
global
going to get
scale.
waves of it, aren't we?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of the science, in our country especially, they're looking at a paper written by Imperial College London that is an 18-month plan of regional lockdown lift and regional lockdown setting. So it'll say lift in the Merseyside area for 3 months. Everybody will start getting it again. They'll lock us down. It's all about this herd immunity, as they said about 8 weeks ago, but then I haven't had the balls to say it again because with herd immunity, people die. But that is what they're using.
Have they categorically said that once you've had it, you can't get it again now?
We don't know.
So the herd immunity only works if that's the case, surely.
It does, yeah. It
only works if we've got a vaccine, surely, as well.
Well, vaccines speed up the herd immunity kind of theory.
Yeah.
The way we're thinking it works is it's looking at around it's the first initial test kits gave it around 3 months immunity from having it before it starts mutating again. So you're looking at maybe a seasonal coronavirus epidemic every 18 months to 2 years. That's first test. I don't think it will necessarily work like that. I think we are looking at herd immunity from it. From the evidence that started already, you'd expect more people to be suffering from it. I think people have missed the first peak. So I think there was a peak maybe mid Jan, early Jan, and they've missed that, and it's only when it's coming in Feb that's when they've kind of noticed it. So I reckon herd immunity will kind of get us through.
Crazy, man.
I mean, pollution's gone down. That's good, isn't it? I mean, dolphins in Venice and that's nice.
Do you know what? There's as much as there's negatives, there's a lot of positives, I suppose. And
do you reckon tigers in the wild will be better looked after Tiger King? That's probably a good thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not everybody would watch that if we weren't in lockdown, so that's probably a good thing.
All things fucked. That's my saying on it.
World was fucked before, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, it's just fucked a little bit more now.
The rich stay rich and the poor get fucked. That's life. It always has been.
That's it, innit? Private healthcare's got tests on it. It's just the NHS that don't have any.
Yeah.
I know.
Rod Stewart's getting tested. I don't know if he is, but rich people are getting tested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, poor people.
I would put my money on it that Rod Stewart has been tested already.
Rod Stewart's got tests spare, lad.
He's giving them out.
Have you seen his model railway collection? He's big into collecting railways, is Rod Stewart.
Is he?
Fact. Yeah.
Wow.
Little ones.
Nah, he's made this massive thing in his room.
Isn't that Virgin?
What? He's made Virgin Rail.
Doesn't he just own a railway?
He's Richard Branson.
I know when I've done a classic, it's when Rich puts his hand in his head.
Oh, guys. Mate.
Ben, thank you so much
no
for
worries.
that horrendous.
I know, but I just, there's some cool videos out there, but all the information's out there, guys. You just got to do a bit of research if you're ever worrying about it or whatever.
I'm just burying my head in the sand. I'm just.
Look, the fucking social isolating's working. Lockdown's working, so we just got to keep doing it until it's fixed.
Keep doing it. And keep washing your ball bags.
Yeah.
Ball bags in your hands.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks, Ben.
No worries.
Thanks, Benny. We're going to do a little very mini creation. We're not doing a remake because we haven't done a movie this week, but we're going to try and create our own film called The Lockdown.
We've not got any Tomo's tits?
No.
Oh, God. What has happened to this podcast in the interim?
She just gave you one. Wash your ball bags.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
That's the best tip there is.
Yeah, not this time round. We're just going straight to a creation of a movie, The Lockdown. Do you want to join us for it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Should we do it, boys?
Yeah, smash it.
Do it.
Go on then.
Director. Who's directing
Right,
it?
movie title: The Lockdown.
The
Director,
Lockdown. Okay.
I think this is
Director.
sad Ken Loach, low budget.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
About-
Like the
about-
road.
about a working class English person struggling to feed themselves in the country from it, waiting to know whether or not their furlough's going to come through in time. They can't see their sick grandparents. Just a real slice of reality.
Do they or do they not have a pet bat in the attic?
Nice.
There's a bit of social commentary.
There's no social commentary. It's just real dark.
It's just grim.
I think The Lockdown should be the name of a pub, so that should be the setting.
And just one like whole
So
film.
it all takes
just
place
set
in the pub.
Sure.
Do you
Yeah.
reckon it's on the night on Friday the 24th of March or wherever it was when BJ came on the screen and went, right, you're not leaving your houses anymore. Shut the pubs. And do you reckon a group of like 10 people had to just stay in the pub?
Yeah.
Because they were all too pissed to drive home. So they just
Let's
had
do
to
that. So
stay
they're
in the
just
pub.
so it's about life in that lockdown pub.
And one of them starts coughing.
God.
So it's like The Thing, but in a pub.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
the thing,
Alright,
and
Hey,
they've got
that'd be
to
good.
you've got to find out which one it is.
I'd watch that.
Directed by Ken Loach, though, yeah.
Still great Ken Loach. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very gritty, dialogue.
Are all the
Like a
camera shots
heartfelt-
from the CCTV of the pub?
Yeah,
I'll have that.
Yeah,
I like that.
nice.
That's good.
Yeah. And
Who's
can
in
we
it?
have what's his name? Who's in the thing in it?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell,
He'd have to be. He's got to be the landlord, and he's surely.
landlord.
There's no film without him. It's got to have Kurt Russell in it.
Is he doing?
Um,
Is he doing a dodgy British accent?
Don't
Yeah,
ever
yeah. Maybe
He's from
Scottish.
Windsor.
I don't know if he's ever tried so. I don't want him doing anything. I don't want to put him out of his comfort zone. I want to keep Kurt
No,
comfortable.
but that's the effect of the virus.
Kurt does whatever he wants.
It affects your accent.
What? He
Yeah.
sends him Scottish.
Yeah,
Up to
you
him.
get a bit diddly diddly in your accent.
Diddly diddly.
Little bit diddly diddly. That's when you know they're the first symptoms. What other symptoms can we have?
Itchy toenails.
So silly.
What? And diddly diddly's not silly.
Have you ever had an itchy toenail? Is that like a
Oh,
thing?
go on now.
All right. Third and final symptom. What we having? Your voice goes a bit diddly diddly. You get an itchy toenail, and then finally,
Shitty pants. Always.
Unreal. So how does it end then? They're all just sat there with shit in the kegs, or
I think
Slowly, gradually throughout the film, they all shit their pants. Very gradually throughout the film. Then third act, rapid succession, the main three protagonists shit their pants. And finally, the last scene, close-up camera on Kurt Russell, like this. Whack it.
credits.
That's it. It's cut.
could we not have no cure? Surely.
No,
there's gotta be-
I'd love it if they thought that it was the booze that was making them do it at first, so they all have like a week of just being sober.
Can we forget all the other symptoms? It's just a bunch of people in the pub who shit their pants. That's the movie. All right. That's the film. So, it's about a bunch of people in a pub starring Kurt Russell. One by one, they shit their pants. At the end of the film, they've all shit their pants.
We've done it.
Yeah, that's
We've
it.
done it, guys.
I'd watch it.
The lockdown.
The Lockdown. I don't like the title. We're scrapping the title.
Call it
Shit
shit
your
your
pants.
pants.
Have you ever shit your pants?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to spring this on you because we haven't done this in a while, but we've got a special guest on the line.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Who
we
is
have.
it? Who is
It's,
it?
it's the bat.
Hey, I've heard that
So-
someone's been sucking on you. Is that true?
Oh, it's hello, everyone. I can't do it when my face is there.
Turn around.
Close your eyes. You usually close your eyes anyway.
Everyone is speech bat.
Hey, Bat. What's been going on?
I've been flapping about, fucking around with the Chinese. Got that new 5G on my phone. Everything's been going sound.
I believe you've been causing absolute murder.
No, not me. Who told you that? I've been doing your sound. I got loads of toilet roll. I got loads of dried sketchy. Editing's just going south. For me, the bat, COVID bat.
So, Mr. Bat, have you got any regrets? Are you happy with how things
Well,
are
don't
going?
forget to wash your wings. Do it to the tune of Happy Birthday. Don't forget the thumbs. Don't forget the wrists. Stay clean. Stay safe. And don't eat any bats. Ow!
There he is. He's gone.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
That was nice.
Oh.
Oh god, that was nice. Oh, Rich, you just missed COVID the bat.
Oh, get on. What a shot.
That's it, guys.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to put it on Front Street. Everyone who tuned in to listen to an episode of Ready Steady Remake, you did not get that. What you got was us four. Just so, I hope you enjoyed the show. Everyone, in all seriousness, though, look after your loved ones. Stay close. Speak to people who are lonely. Keep an eye out for each other because it's hard for everyone. So, and to you three who haven't seen, glad you're all well. So, everyone, take care.
Stay safe, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Safe.
Hey, you ready?
Let's do this.
Ready?
Steady.
Remake.